Alright, guys, I think we're live. And happy Friday to everyone. Sorry for me being a little bit behind tonight, but it always adds a little bit to the mysterious. Alright, guys. How are you guys doing? I'm sorry for the sound in the back. I have a fan going because it's uber hot where I'm at. And the poor air conditioning systems can only take so much. But the sun's going down, the sun's setting, and we're getting calm, cool, and I hopefully will get cooled off here in a minute. Alright, guys, so let's go into the chat and see who all's here. So far, I see Evil Outcast, Creepy Clown Girl, Danny Dreadful, Leon, Hey Outrum, The Hero Askew. Alright. I think there's probably more, and if I forgot you, I'm sorry. I don't mean it intentionally. I just don't want to spend... I'm not real good with names, so I'm probably going to end up messing up half the names that I call out. Overlook me. It's been a long day. So, this is the section of the live stream where we start off with the description below. In the description below, you will find a list of links. These links are very special and very key. So the first thing I shall say is, the very top of the list is PayPal. I do not have a Patreon account because I've heard a lot of people that subscribe to me say that feels a little pushy, that you're pushing a specific thing to donate. So I made a PayPal account for everyone to donate whatever they feel if they can. It is appreciated, it is welcomed, but if you can't, I'm just glad you're here, so don't feel pressured. After that should be my favorite. Tippy top favorite after YouTube is TikTok. That is where I put all my inspirational, that's where I put my comedy, and a little hint of horror. So when I'm not on YouTube, I make plenty of content on TikTok. I know, lots of you do not like TikTok, but I beg you, a lot of your favorite content creators are on TikTok. So when you can't get a daily dose of your favorite content creator on YouTube, you can head on over to TikTok and voila, extra content. So win-win for everyone. After that should be a list of Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. So you can find me at all of those. I humbly ask you to subscribe to all of those because I try to give you as much content as I can. So what I put on Twitter, I don't put on Instagram. What I put on TikTok, I don't put anywhere else. And what I have on YouTube, well, I just can't put it on anywhere else. So if you subscribe to all of those, you have a daily dose of a million of me, which may or may not be a good thing. We'll go with it on that one. Let's see. As well as that, I encourage everyone, because the YouTube algorithm gods state, and I quote, that you must subscribe. And if you subscribe, you must hit that little bell icon because you'll stay in the know and YouTube feels happy about it. Hit the like button and leave a comment. I know you're in the live chat. What more could YouTube want? But I humbly ask you to leave comments below. And I am open to suggestions and critiques and stories. Anything you want to leave in the comments, I read those. I try to leave you a heart to let you know that I read them. And if my life's not going nuts, I try to leave comments. So, how are you guys? It is Friday. You went through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday. How has your week been? Leave me comments. I must know how your week has went. I must know. I'm going to read through the chat real quick because I've been told that I'm terrible at not reading through the chat, and I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be honest with you. Before I took a break from YouTube, I never live streamed. I always went and had my bestie, Meat Locker, always had live streams. So I always just did live streams with him because we were better as a duo than I thought by myself. So I worked past it and started live streaming, and I'm slightly addictive, but I'm also slightly scared. So right before I hit that go live button, my heart palpitates, stops, I keel over and die, and hit Go. So that's probably usually why I'm going to be late to most of my live streams, because I have mild heart attacks before I start. Okay, at the beginning of the chat, everyone is saying hello. Thank you, everyone, for tweeting this out. When you share this, it helps me out so much, and I thank you guys. You guys will never know how much I'm thankful. And Creepy Clown Girl, thank you for donating. That's awesome. I'm sending hearts through the microphone to you. Thank you so very much. You are awesome. Danny, I think you're new to the live streams. I am so glad you're here. I've heard great things about you. I'm trying my best to get to the point where I can go to everybody's videos, and if I'm gonna be honest, I watch everybody's videos. I leave a like, I try to share, but I don't always get to comment, and I'm going to try to work on that, because I know the comments are important for YouTube to recognize you as a content creator and say, wow, people left comments, you're important. Like, we already don't know you're important, but YouTube has to feel important, I guess. Thank you, Leon, for putting up the fire barrier. We want to leave out, and we'll go into this real quick because I notice the chat's growing in numbers. I would like to go ahead and leave this. This is a no-nonsense channel. What I mean by that is all hate is left at the door. Everyone should be free to feel welcomed, loved, respected, and equal in this chat. So I don't want any hate. I do not want any disrespect. If you are, there are usually 3 moderators in this group. There's Evil Outcast, Outrum, and the Sleeping Wendigo. Those 3 are so good at what they do that I don't even get to see your comment. It is deleted before I can even lay upon my eyes on it. So be prepared for that. We do not put up with that. Somebody said, oh, Leon said something about tacos. We're having tacos tomorrow. We had cheeseburgers tonight. Homemade cheeseburgers, guys. That makes your Friday so much better. Let's see. Thank you, Evil, for trying to get everybody to, I don't know where I was going with that comment, but thank you for getting everybody together to comment and share, like. Thank you, Danny, for subscribing. That is much appreciated and much loved. YouTube loves to hit us hard, don't they? Hey, Todd, how are you tonight? I'm okay. Right before I started this live stream and died 12 times, we were having movie night because Cruella just came out on Disney, and I didn't get to finish it because I wanted to be with you guys. So I don't know how it ends. I have my theories, but I will wait. Hey, PA, how are you? Let's see. All right, I think yes. Outrum. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I know Outrum and Evil are both in the chat tonight. They are so good at what they do that somebody showed up to a live stream, and just as I went to say hi to them, they were booted out the door. I missed all the drama. So I will have to say that these guys know what they're doing. They're amazing, and I can never thank them enough for the amazing awesomeness. Now, I believe last week we did talk about leaving off last week and going to next week. I'm trying to think. I think last week we were doing haunted houses, weren't we? But we had to stop because we were running out of time. I think that's what we were doing. I can't honestly remember because I've slept several times since last Friday, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to remember. Outrum and Evil, please tell me you guys remember if we finished the haunted stories. I am not 100% sure. I'm trying to go through my log of where I stopped. I think we didn't finish. I'm just going to be 100% honest. I don't know, PA. I think you're pretty awesome, so you don't have to worry about being nice. There's times to be nice and times to show people who's boss. So I think you're totally fine. I've been told I'm entirely too nice. And to a degree, I imagine that I am entirely too nice, but that's just my personality. I do have a temper, and for the most part, I keep my temper under wraps. But I try. I think we all try. So, okay, I didn't think I finished Evil. I really didn't, because I just pulled up my notes, and we left it at number 10. And I think there's 15. So, let's see. Do you guys want to do haunted houses, or do you want to skip on to ghost stories? Because I'm fine with doing both if we have time. So if everybody's okay with that, we can try that. Oh, Leon brought the dog. We need the dog when everything gets stressed. Speaking of which, my co-host, Lakota, he is in the other room spending time with the family. I guess he doesn't have time for his mommy tonight. So he is in there enjoying family time without his mommy. That'll be okay. Okay. Alright, let's try this thing, you guys. If you are ready, I encourage you to sit back, relax. If you have a special someone, grab them, hold them tight. Because you never know how scary things might get around here. And let's begin. Number 10, the Crescent Hotel. The location? This Gothic-style Crescent Hotel of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, is sometimes called the Grand Old Lady of the Ozarks, and is often listed as the most haunted place in all of Ozark Mountains, a location known for its colorful folklore. The hotel and spa was designed by famed Missouri architect Isaac Taylor and built in 1886. Eureka Springs had recently become infamous as the home of the healing spring waters, which were beloved and believed to have curative properties for all variety of ailments. Tourism to the area also got boosted when a stop on the newly built Frisco Railroad was built close by. Interest in the resort waned by the turn of the century, after it became clear that the springs, though delightful for holiday goers, didn't actually help cure anything. It has been run in the intervening years alternatively as a hotel/health clinic, and is currently open as a spa and resort. The legend. Rumors and stories about hauntings as the Crescent started as soon as construction began. It is said that one of the workers, in most accounts, a stonemason named Michael, plunged from the roof to his death, landing in the spot currently occupied by room 218. Naturally, strange noises have been reported in this room over the years by guests. Funny, just a little tidbit, the hotel I work at, 218, is also known to be haunted. Maybe something about the number, what do you think? Most of the horror stories surrounding the Crescent concern the years it was operated by a Claritin named Norman Baker. Baker, who is not a licensed physician, intended to use the Crescent as a clinic for people with cancer. Local legends sprung up around the clinic, however, about Baker's cruel and gruesome treatments. Baker was arrested in connection with the scheme in 1940 and did 4 years in prison, abandoning the hospital thereafter. But it is said that the ghosts of his tormented patients still linger there, most famously a nurse named Theodora. There's also a ghost cat named Morris. Poor cat. But the question states, is it true? The Crescent is a popular location for TV shows and documentaries, such as Ghost Hunters has appeared on sci-fi channels, NBC Today Show, and A&E Haunted Road Trips, and several other places. It is important to bear in mind, though, that much of the Crescent's business depends on the fascination with its haunting. So it's everyone's financial best interest to make sure there are appropriate number of sightings. As well, Baker was never charged with torturing or brutalizing patients, merely with defrauding them. So, I pose this question to you, dear listener. What do you think? Do you think that the Crescent Hotel is a haunted site, including with a ghost cat named Morris? Or do you think it's all merely for publicity, so they can keep up revenue? Very interesting, to say the least. So let me know what you think. Yes, Leon, get the logs. We need more fire. Thank you, Evil. I tried every time give you guys the best experience in the background, so you feel cozy, comfy, and maybe just a little put off. I don't know, guys. When it comes to this hotel, I sort of think to myself that it might be a little bit of a hoax. Add in a little bit of realism, because, you know, all legends have a original story. But I'm truly interested in this ghost cat named Morris. I think he steals the show. That's my opinion. Let's see. Let me read the chat real quick because I have not checked it in a while. Let's see. Let's go back up because I'm really behind. You're very welcome, Danny. I don't mind to help because everybody I've met in the community is such amazing talent. Everybody deserves to be seen, to be recognized. I think as a community, we all need to kind of stick together just a little bit more to help each other. Let's see. Thank you, Evil. Yes, we are so close to 5K, guys. I mean, we are close. Pizza. The question is, are they getting takeout pizza or are they getting frozen pizza? PA, I know what you mean by losing subs and then you gain them and then you lose them and then you gain them. I don't understand. We made 5,000, then we got back down to 4,500, then we made it to 4,900, and then we were almost back to 5,000, then YouTube took some. YouTube needs to quit playing with stuff and just leave things alone. Let's see. Thank you, creepy clown girl. I'm going to be honest with you, when it comes to my eyes, I had to ask my mom the other day because I was noticing in some pictures recently, people started commenting about my eyes. And I looked at my mom and I said, do I have the exact same eye color as I did when I was young? And she's like, yes, you've always had the same eye color. The only difference is your eye color changes with your moods. And I said, well, I don't understand. When I was younger, I just absolutely hated my eyes. Like, I wanted a certain color and I didn't have it. And I said, now I look at my eyes and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she's like, well, I tried to tell you that. So now I'm just learning to take what I have and be thankful because, you know. Oh, bye, PA. I'm very glad you showed up. Thank you so much. You like the thank you, Hero. The brief flashes of the Reaper at the window in the background. I try. Thank you, Leon, for getting that fire going harder for us. Marco's. Do we have a Marco's in the next town? I have not ate it yet, but I've heard it's very good. I don't know, because Lord No Knows got pizza so much now, I just don't like pizza very much anymore. I know that sounds blasphemous, but I just don't. I know, PA, I don't understand. I wish YouTube would just leave things alone. Stop taking views away. Stop taking likes away. Stop taking subscribers away. Just let a content creator grow and let them be. Because I think a lot of people on YouTube would grow a whole lot better if YouTube would just let it be. But, I'm sorry, Todd, that your phone's acting up, but I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're staying. I'm glad that you try. you guys have to bear with me. My gallbladder's been acting up real bad this afternoon, and it's probably because I've not been doing real good about taking care of myself this week. So, such is life. Alright guys, we're going on to the next one. Number 11. The Biltmore Estate. The location? Well, the Biltmore Estate is in Asheville, North Carolina. It's the largest private residence in the United States. The Gothic-style mansion house covers 4 acres within its walls, with 175,000 square feet and 250 rooms under one roof, and sits a plot over 8,000 acres of land. Reportedly, over 1 million people have visited this attraction annually. The home was built by George Washington Vanderbilt between 1889 and 1895 and remains tied to the descendants of the Vanderbilt family. The home was built in a chateau style inspired by French Renaissance architecture. Now, the legend. Following George Vanderbilt's death in 1914, his wife Edith claimed to still see him and speak with him around the house. Servants attest to seeing Edith having full-on conversations with her late husband, though none of them apparently saw the ghost. Others have claimed to see George's ghost relaxing in his favorite sitting room on the 2nd floor, or hearing the ghost of George and Edith conversating late at night in the halls. Other guests have reported seeing an orange cat. This orange cat sometimes appears headless. Poor kitty. Or hearing strange things and feel terror near the indoor swimming pool. But guys, the question is it true? Well, due to the popularity of the Biltmore among tourists, though there are dozens of eyewitness accounts and anecdotes about strange going-ons at the estate, it seems, if nothing else, that there must genuinely be some way to explain the bevy of strange sounds people are hearing, particularly in the pool area. Sites like Yahoo Answers even have numerous people testifying to experiencing with the ghost at the Biltmore. Plus, unlike most haunted locations that now serve as tourist destinations, the Biltmore downplays the spirit world connection on their website and in promotional materials. Counterintuitively, this lends an air of credence to the rumors. So, now I have to ask you, what do you think? Do you think it's true? Now, my personal opinion is if the Biltmore Estate people who are running it right now tries to make no ties to the paranormal while they're on their website or promotional materials, then there's no angle to stretch these sightings. So, in my humble opinion, I kind of think it might be completely true. As for the headless cat, I sure hope that poor cat has rest. But what do you think? Let's go to the chat. I know, Evil, I need to take better care of myself. Just with work and all, it's kind of hard to take care of myself. But I'm trying with, eating healthier and stuff. But it's just kind of rough. Yes, Hero, I agree. They also need to stop changing up the YouTube Studio mobile apps interface. I agree with you. I do not like things changing. I do not like change. I am a creature of habit. When things change or my schedule gets off whack, it really throws me off. So, I agree with you on that one. Hey, Sissy, how are you? I'm glad you made it. I honestly didn't think you guys were going to get to make it because I know you had to, there's something stuck to my microphone. Ew. I I know that you had to go to the funeral home and you were taking out Mama, so I didn't know if you guys were going to get to make it, so I'm really glad you're here. Outrum says he thinks it's a moneymaker. It could be. It could be. It could be a hidden agenda. It's very true, very true. Hero Askew says, evil outcast, the button/categories were moved from the side of to the bottom. It's weird. I did notice that myself. I actually don't want to use that app much anymore. I think I use YouTube Buddy. Is it YouTube Buddy? I actually don't honestly know what it's called. I know there's TubeBuddy, but there's one I use that I really, really love. It's on my other phone because I didn't have room on this phone. So, boo. Outrum gives it a 7. Todd, I'm like you, about a 9 or a 10. Evil gives it an 8. And Leon says, makes me behave, Leon. Sissy, we are at Santa Fe waiting on a table. Oh, you guys went to Santa Fe. I want to go. Which I need to know when you're off next because I'm off Wednesday. We need to do something. Let's see. Todd, anything's possible. Very true. You never know. Let's see. I'll give it a couple of seconds because I keep forgetting that the chat is behind what I'm saying, so it's like 20 seconds off. I also just realized that I have not heard from Sleeping Wendigo in quite some time, so I hope he's doing okay. Outrum and Evil, remind me later to check on him because I'm not really worried about him not being in the chat or watching the live stream. I haven't heard from him, period. So I don't know if you guys have ever ate Santa Fe, but they have these yeast rolls with cinnamon butter, very light on the cinnamon, and while you wait for your food, you get that, and then you get cheese sticks. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not even hungry. My gallbladder's hurting, but it makes me want to salivate because they're steak. Oh my gosh, they're steak. Okay, I need to stop. I need to stop. All right, I'm gonna head on to the next one, guys. Number 12, the Winchester Mystery House. The location. Well, William Wirt Winchester, heir to the Winchester rifle fortune, was happily married to his wife Sarah, and in 1866 they had a daughter who lived for less than a year because of her ill health. William's death followed in 1881, plunging Sarah Winchester into a deep depression and also leaving her with an estimated $20 million in inheritance. In 1886, Sarah Winchester used some of the money to move from her home in New Haven, Connecticut, to San Jose, California, and began construction on a lavish mansion. The house was constantly under construction, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next 20 years, until 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Sarah then died in 1922. She paid workers to make all sorts of improvements in the home at all hours, day or night, often demolishing one improvement to add another. One particular befuddling addition was a staircase that absolutely goes nowhere, having been built on an upper floor of the home ending at the ceiling. It's estimated that the Winchester, over the course of her life, spent approximately $5 million on the home, or $71 million in contemporary dollars. The legend. The spooky story of the Winchester house begins before the property was even built. It is said that Sarah had met with a psychic medium in Boston who told her she was being haunted by the spirits of all those people killed with her late husband's rifles, and she must move west and build a mansion to house all of those undead souls. Apparently, Sarah believed that, should she ever stop working on the home, the spirits would overtake and kill her. Other variations of the story say that Sarah believed her husband and daughter had already been killed by these spirits, and building the mysterious home was hopefully a way to make the ghosts confused and keep them from finding her and killing her too. This would explain some of the peculiarities of Holmes' design, and its maze-like a layout. The presence of only 2 mirrors may also play into Sarah's alleged paranoia, as she believed spirits were afraid of their own reflections. Sarah was also fixated on the number 13. So much of the house design revolves around that figure, including the ringing of a large bell at 13 times every Friday the 13th. In subsequent years, Sarah herself has become part of the ghostly mythology of the house, with later visitors claiming they have seen her spirit lingering around the property. So, is it true? It seems definitely true that Sarah Winchester was an odd lady who had some kind of fixation with the occult and the supernatural. There's very little in the way of rational explanation for the mystery house. Peculiar are the stairway leading to nowhere, and the obsessive number 13 details. It is certain that the house holds a certain fascination for visitors, and is definitely creepy. But was Sarah Winchester really being haunted? Tourists have reported many of the now recognizable calling cards of the haunted house. Strange footsteps and creaky floorboards, odd reflection in the home's many mirrors, faint whispers heard around corners or behind closed doors, and the unusual gathering of psychics and paranormal investigators have toured the home, many of them convinced that there is some kind of spirit energy in the place. But nothing concrete indicating a ghostly presence has ever been identified in the house, and its ongoing popularity as a tourist destination is probably enough reason for the rumor mill to continue even in the absence of evidence. Adding more mystery to the already mysterious house, it was reported in October 2016 that a 161st room had been discovered open to the public, an attic space containing a pump organ, couch, sewing machine, paintings, and other items. The room was apparently boarded up by Sarah Winchester after the 1906 earthquake. She had become trapped in the room and believed evil spirits had caused the widespread destruction. So, I have to ask you, dear listener, what do you think? Rate it, and let me know your humble opinion as well. My humble opinion is, if it's not real, it's one heck of a story, so why ask the question? I'd rather leave it a mystery, wouldn't you? Stairways leading to nowhere, doors locked, boarded up rooms, makes for one interesting story. Alright, let's go to the chat because I have been missing the chat. Where is this with the biscuits? I was talking about Santa Fe. Yes, Leon, my gallbladder has been messed up for the last 5 years, I think. Yeah, 5 years. We're going on 6 probably. And if I don't, take care of myself real well, lots of water, plenty of rest, maybe less junk food, it will act up. So I've not drank a whole lot of water this week. I've been drinking more fruit juices, so I think I kind of acted it up. Yes, evil steak. I agree, Danny. I love the story about the Winchester house. I love listening to people's opinions. I love the stories. I'm thinking seriously about doing a whole video dedicated to it. I mean, these are actually giving me some ideas because some of these are so interesting. I wouldn't mind doing a whole actual video. But we'll see. Yes, Hero. Steak, biscuits, butter. Where can you sign me up? Leon's got the biscuits, so he's passing them around. Yes, Todd, there is a movie on Netflix. I have watched it. I actually kind of enjoyed that movie. I don't know if it's because I just like the Winchester house mythology or I don't know. I just really liked the movie. A lot of people may not have liked it, but in my opinion, I liked it. Evil has watched it as well. Oh, good, Todd. You've seen it too. It was very creepy. I'm glad you guys think the same thing I do. Leon, make sure you pass Danny 2 biscuits and some butter. Ooh, I must find this podcast. It sounds interesting. Ooh, everybody's giving it a 10. Todd gives it 10.5. Todd, I totally agree. 10.5 is perfect. I think sometimes you can go just a little bit past 10 when you really enjoy stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with you. I really like the Winchester mythos. So, yeah. Leon, by the way, who wants to learn to cast the Fire Castle spell in case I can't make it? That's interesting. I hope you can always make it, even if it's just for a little bit, because I always like you guys showing up. You guys make things so much more fun. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. After I get a drink of water. Hold on. We must quench the thirst. Sorry about that long pause. I just had to hydrate. So the next one is number 13, the Chandler Estate. The location? Well, it was once said to have been visited by the blonde bombshell Marilyn Monroe and the playwright Arthur Miller. The Chandler Estate is secluded deep in the spooky woods of Mount Sinai, New York. Originally built as a resort, it was later turned into an apartment complex. The building mysteriously burned to the ground. So, the legend? Well, for many years, the Chandler Estate became synonymously locally with the practice of Satan worship. Stories circulate about tourists being lured into the area to then either witness satanic cult rituals or be directly threatened by Satanists. One story tells of a resident who returned home to find a bunch of creepy, devil-obsessed children in his apartment. One spot near where the fire escape was once located seems to be a particular conduit for otherworldly visitors. People who have stood in the spot reportedly experience dizziness, blurred vision, and difficulty breathing. But the most famous spirit said to occupy the estate is Mary, a mental patient who had once been a resident of the boarding house, there until her mysterious disappearance. Miss Chandler, who was then running the boarding house, claimed that even after the disappearance, she would sometimes see the lights go on and off in Mary's room, and people thought they saw her wandering the property. But I wonder if it's true. Almost absurdly not. The legend of Mary may go back to the name Mary that was genuinely written on one of the doors in the old estate, but it's unclear if this ever linked up to a real person named Mary who lived in the apartment, or if she was indeed a mental patient who had vanished under mysterious circumstances. Blurry, indistinct photos, like the one I've seen recently on the internet, are the only real evidence of supernatural happenings at the Chandler. So, I have to ask you guys, what do you think? I'm going to take a moment and step out to get some more water. Talk about it in the chat, and when I come back, we'll discuss. Alright, sorry about that. While I was getting me some water, I found some Lifesaver gummies. Would you guys like one? Maybe that will settle my stomach. Let's see. What have I missed in the chat? Yes, Todd, the furniture in the Winchester mansion is very interesting. I'm really fascinated. And I think the more we talk about it, the more I'm going to end up doing a video on this subject. Oh, I'm sorry, Evil, that you're having to watch the baby tonight. I'm sorry. Let's see. Outrun gave it an 8. Leon gives it a 9. Danny gave it a 9. I agree. I give it a little. I would guess I would give it an 8. Oh, thank you, Danny, for stopping by and subscribing. You're awesome. Much love. I look forward to seeing more of each other and talking. And I hope you have a great night and a great weekend. Let's see. Oh no, Manning's running low. No, Leon. I'm passing around Lifesavers. It's the Lifesavers Gummies Collisions. 2 flavors in 1. Oh my gosh, that's pineapple punch. I don't even like pineapple, but that's delicious. I like the raspberry lemonade the best. Man, I got screwed on the parenting thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I had to get showers with kids sitting in the bathroom floor. I had to get showers with kids watching Baby Einstein. Like I would have to I mean, even though I was married, I had to do a lot of stuff pretty much always by myself. So I would love to have somebody come watch my kids when they were little, under the age of, 5. Well, I guess 3 maybe. So I could go to shower, brush my teeth, or went to the bathroom by myself. They're lucky. Very lucky. Alright. Let's go to the next. Ooh. Oh yes, there's cherry watermelon Outrun. So I have one for you if you want it. I don't know if I'm going to share the raspberry lemonade ones. They're my favorite. Alright, this next one is another one I find very interesting, and I think you guys might too. Number 14, the Lullaby Mansion. The location, if you don't already know. Well, let's start off with this. In 1832, the wealthy and glamorous Creole socialite Marie Delphine Lullaby built an opulent mansion in the French Quarter of New Orleans, where she lived with her third husband, Dr. Louis Lullaby. Even by the abhorrent standards of the time, Madame Lullaby was considered to be exceptionally cruel to her slaves, so much so that 9 of her slaves were confiscated by law enforcement, though Lullaby set up her relatives to secretly buy them back and return them to her. Rumors continued to swirl about Lullaby until a kitchen fire in 1834 revealed the terrible truth. Firefighters found that the Lullaby's 71-year-old cook chained to the stove. The cook confessed she had set the fire on purpose in desperation to avoid being sent to the attic, where she knew terrible tortures took place. When the firefighters busted into the attic, they witnessed unimaginable atrocities. Slaves had been chained and subject to terrible, disgusting torture and mutilations. Madame Lullaby escaped punishment and fled the house, never to be seen again. Well, the legend. Following the Civil War, the now abandoned Lullaby house was used for several purposes, including a school, a furniture store, apartments, but none lasted very long. The mansion was eventually converted into an apartment building, where occupants report a large amount of supernatural activity, such as ghosts of former slaves. Well, I wonder if it's true. None of the supernatural stories surrounding the apparently cursed mansion have been conclusively proven, of course, but it's a popular spot for the New Orleans ghost tours and is featured in a horror film. And I'm not mistaken, it's even featured in an American Horror Story. The season called Coven. Now, in my humble opinion, guys, I think when bad things happen in places, it leaves kind of an energy. So in my opinion, I kind of think that the Lullaby Estate probably houses more evil than you know. But let me know, what do you think? Leave comments below and let's talk about it. Let's go to the chat. Oh, Evil, I wish I could come get you. It'd be really nice. Sour apple. Todd wants a sour apple. I don't have sour apple in this batch. I have raspberry lemonade, cherry watermelon, and pineapple punch. All 3 flavors taste good, but I don't know if I'll share my raspberry. I might if I really feel good tonight. Todd Dozer wrote, the Paranormal Scholar has a great video about this story. I must check it out. I think this might be another one I might do a video on, because I don't know, I found this estate very interesting. I think I started finding it really interesting when they had it in American Horror Story. Just the way they wrote it. Ooh, Leon turned the fire purple. I think it's very pretty. Feels very nice. Todd says it's been torn down several times. Ooh. Oh, not torn down, but excavated. Leon gives it a 9, Outrun a 9, Evil a 10, and Evil, I will share my raspberry lemonade with you. Feel special, because I won't share it with just anybody. I won't even share it right now. I don't know if with my kids. But they probably would want the cherry watermelon, so we're all good. Let's see. I think we have time for at least a couple more. I'm trying to think. I think we have time for 2 more, and then after that we'll see if we have enough time to maybe do more. I don't know yet. I don't know. We shall see. See we shall we see. I think I just got tongue-tied on that one. Sorry. Alright. Okay, I was just retweeting this live stream. I want to make sure I can get everybody in here and enjoy. Alright. Let's see. Wow, I think I've heard that, Todd, that the painting of her is haunted. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. Let's see. Evil wants to know how to conjure purple colored fire. I think Leon's gonna help you. Oh, well, at least Evil, you have somebody to snuggle with. I'm all by myself. But that's part of the usual. I'm usually by myself. And that's okay. Sometimes it is okay to be by yourself. And just be strong and love yourself. So, it's all good. All good. On this Friday night, it's all good. Alright, we're going to go to the next one. Number 15. I think you might also know this one as well. Especially if you've watched Ghost Adventurers. The next one is in the Myrtles Plantation. Well, we'll start off with the location and the background. This large home began in 1796 in Louisiana by General David Bradford, who had a land grant, but owners in the early to mid-19th century remodeled and built up the mansion. This large plantation house boasts 22 rooms and a veranda that ran the entire length of the facade. The legend behind the myth. There are rumored to be at least a dozen ghosts haunting the property, the most famous of which is that of Chloe, a slave who was sleeping with the plantation owner. Chloe began to fear he was growing tired of her and would soon send her to the much more difficult work in the fields. So she initially baked a poison cake for his young daughters. Her plan was to make them only a little ill, then miraculously cure them and nurse them back to health, earning herself a permanent place within the housing staff. Tragically, she miscalculated the dose and accidentally killed the daughters, as well as the owner's wife, in punishment. So, her punishment, Chloe was hanged on the property. In addition, the home was thought to have been built on an Indian burial ground, because, you know, us Indians, we're pretty vengeful ghosts. These ghosts have supposedly showed up in at least 2 different photographs. A ghostly girl appeared in a photograph taken in 1992 by National Geographic explorers. Later, a teacher and her students posed for a photo while on a field trip at the Myrtles Plantation, and a little girl's ghost appears to be visible in the window behind her. Well, I wonder if it's true. Much of the history surrounding this house has been found to be a little more than tall tales. Though it is claimed at least 10 people have been murdered in the house. In reality, there's only been one documented case. In January of 1871, an attorney named William Winter was shot in the front of the house by a stranger, without explanation and without warning, and the poor man died. In addition, a number of people, including children, died in the home of yellow fever, as was tragically common at the time. While filming an episode of the TV show Unsolved Mysteries there in 2002, the crew reportedly unexplained technical difficulties with their equipment. So, what do you think? What is your opinion? What would you rate the story? Well, I guess I shouldn't say a story. It's supposed to be true. In the South, due to the Civil War, in my opinion, I think we house a lot of death echoes, strong energies, So I think it's highly plausible between slavery and Civil War. There's a lot of terrible things left on the surface. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's actually true. Let's go to the chat. Leon says, Doggo! I know, I wish I had my doggo right now. I would love to have somebody to snuggle with. I'm feeling kind of lonely and sad, so I need snuggles. I may in a minute go get my dog. I miss my doggo. Todd says Louisiana is a very historical and haunted place. I very much agree with you, Todd. And it is like one of my goals to go to Louisiana. There's like a tour that I would love to take there. And I would love to do that and vlog it. But at last, the channel is not big enough to do that yet. So I am sad. Leon, I'm dropping the fire. My energy is too low. Been a long day. I'm sorry, Leon. I'm so sorry. Let's see. 999. And the dogs just left. Evil. Todd, I think the South holds more of a haunted history than we realize. I very much agree with you, Todd. You and me are on the same page tonight. That's pretty awesome. I very much agree with you. Alright, guys, we're going to hit the last haunted house story, and then we'll see where we go from there. Number 16. The Joshua Ward House. The story? The present-day Joshua Ward House is in Salem, Massachusetts. It is an austere 3-story brick house built in 1784. However, the house was built on the site of the former home of Sheriff George Corwin, who signed the warrants for arrest and execution during the Salem witch trials. So the legend. Apparently, as he died, the accused witch Giles Corey cursed Corwin and every sheriff who would come after him in Essex County. Corwin died at the young age of 30, and his wife had to bury him in the basement of his own home, so as to prevent anyone from disturbing him or desecrating the grave. In 1981, Richard Carlson bought the house to use for the real estate office. According to one paranormal blogger, the burglar alarm would constantly go off at night, getting Richard or other employees out of bed to attend to it. Doors would shut on their own and lights would go on and off, activated by an unseen hand. In one particular interesting incident, an employee had 2 candlesticks on the fireplace mantel in her office. As she unlocked her office one morning, she noticed that the candlesticks were turned upside down on the mantel, and the candles themselves were actually on the floor, one bent in an S shape and the other into a boomerang shape, as if they were being melted and manipulated. Most frightening, an employee was taking photos of everyone who worked in the office to use as a holiday decoration. But when he took a photo of one young woman, a terrifying image of a witch turned up instead. Well, is it true? There are other sorry, got a tickle there. There are other explanations offered for the so-called witch photo, but the connection of the house with the Salem witch trials is fact, and no doubt leads to the home spooky vibe. So, what is your opinion? My opinion is if there was so-called witches burnt, wouldn't you be kind of mad if you were burnt at the stake? Whether you are a witch or not, that's some bad juju there. Alright, let's go to the chat. Outrum's giving huggles. Outrum, you're giving huggles. Yee! Evil says, forget 5K. We need to get you to 10K. I would literally poop a brick. Bricks would literally be being pooped if I got to 10K. If I made 10K by the end of this year, I would die of happiness. I don't know what I would do. Get 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K. Oh, the endless possibilities. Oh, Evil. Who are you gonna cuddle? He says he'd be out of that house. Yep, I would too. Run, run. Gives it a 9. Oh my. Some spooky stuff going on here, guys. Some spooky stuff. I have to insert spooky, scary skeletons. Let's see. Alright, guys. I think we're at 1 hour and 3 minutes. What I think I'm going to do is just kind of a little bit of a chat. And then we're going to call it a night because it's 8:30 and I don't know. I don't want to call it a night, but I also don't. I'm really tired from work today. Work kicked my butt. My gallbladder's finished kicking my butt. I got to work again tomorrow and go to a school function bright and early. But it's all good. Oh, Leon, I'm sorry you have to go to sleep, but I'm so glad you came. Giving you huggles. Todd says, don't die, we would miss you. Oh, well, it makes me feel good that you guys would miss me. Sometimes it feels like, everybody feels that way. Sometimes you just feel like you wouldn't really be missed. Oh. Fridays are hard, guys. I know it's a lot of times the Monday live stream goes much better than the Friday live stream. Because it's Friday. Everybody has a life. Everybody is uber busy. And I have heartburn. It's 9:30 at Outrum. Oh, yeah. It's 8:35 here. And we're getting close to calling it a night, guys. Because like I said, I'm tired. But I just want to have a couple minutes of just a chat after the stories. Next week, guys, what do you think about doing true ghost stories? I really think we should do that. True ghost stories. You guys get to pick because you guys are still in the chat. Oops, somebody's messaging me. Oh, wow, okay. Quit messaging me. Somebody's making their appearance on the live stream. Alright, guys, I guess I'm going to call it a night because everybody's getting restless and everybody's starting to leave. So, go ahead and encourage you to hit the subscribe, like, share, and the little button, the little bell button. Don't forget the links in the description below. It's really awesome and I could use you guys' help. Please follow me on TikTok. I could use your support on TikTok because I'm hoping to grow that as much as I'm growing my YouTube career. So I want you guys, I hope you guys had a great week. I hope that you are having a good Friday. I hope that in some way I was able to make your Friday a little bit better. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And please stay safe, stay hydrated, stay healthy. And I'm going to say it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and say it. After all these live streams and videos, first and foremost, I want you guys to stay safe. Don't forget water. Don't forget exercise. Don't forget your healthiness and happiness and well rest. And as always, guys, I love you. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Bye bye. Mwah.